In this lecture, we are going to understand about the mood of the syllogism. Now, the mood of the syllogism is a very important concept, especially when we are discussing categorical syllogisms. In the previous lecture, we looked into the figure and we briefly talked about mood. But this lecture, you are going to understand every bit that you need to know pertaining to mood from the exam's purpose. So, for those of you who want to refer to understanding the basics of mood, can refer to the figure lecture as well, but nevertheless we'll be discussing everything in this lecture also. You see, every categorical syllogism, I'm saying every, okay, every categorical syllogism has a mood. Very important. Every categorical syllogism has a mood. What exactly is mood, if you ask me? The simple definition for mood is that mood refers to the kind of categorical propositions. It refers to the kind of categorical propositions that have been used in the syllogism. Are you getting the point? Every categorical syllogism. What is a categorical syllogism? Something that deals with a major premise, deals with a minor premise, and we draw a conclusion. Okay? This is the logical structure for a categorical syllogism. Now, to understand this, that I'm saying every categorical syllogism has a mood. So, what exactly is a mood? The kind of categorical propositions that are used in as major premise, minor premise, and also as conclusion. Okay, let's take an example to understand this definition. What I'm simply saying is that, let's say, no politicians are philanthropists. Okay, no politicians are philanthropists. Then some doctors are philanthropists, and then we are going to draw the conclusion saying some doctors are not politicians. So if you look at this categorical syllogism given here, you are going to basically break it down and break it down into three. What do I mean by that? It's dealing with two premises and a conclusion. So two premises and a conclusion makes it a total of three. So what is the major premise? The major premise is dealing with no politician are philanthropists. So this is an E proposition. Then let's break it down into minor premise. The minor premise is what? Minor premise is this. Some doctors are philanthropists. Now this is an I proposition. That is, some S is P. E proposition is no S is P. Right? And what is the conclusion? The conclusion is some doctors are not politicians. So this is an O proposition. Why do I say an O proposition? Because the structure of this proposition is some S is not P. Now, just focus on this aspect. This thing that we have done here is basically dealing with what? It is dealing with the mood of the given categorical syllogism. This categorical syllogism is representing the mood, that is EIO. Is this clear? So in other words, what I'm simply trying to say here is that what we mean by mood, okay, let's understand it here. What I'm simply saying is that mood of the syllogism is determined with the help of what? With the help of categorical propositions. And what are the categorical propositions? There are a total of 4 categorical propositions. We have done them in separate lecture. We have extensively discussed their nature. A, E, I, and O. That is universal affirmative, universal negative, particular affirmative, and particular negative. So mood is basically dependent on the nature of the categorical propositions that have been basically used in that syllogism. Are you getting the point? So this is what's happening. Now there are 4 categorical propositions as written here, A, E, I, and O, and when they are used in an argument or when they are used in a syllogism, that basically helps us to determine the mood of the syllogism.